Think a 5% deposit on a $1 million house only costs $50,000. Think again. In most states, you'll actually need well over $130,000 in cash. And that's before you even get the keys. Today, we're breaking down the real upfront cost of buying a $1 million house in every Australian state and territory. Whether you put down 5, 10, or 20%, there are 3 costs that almost always get added on top of your deposit. First, stamp duty. Second, legal fees, building and pest inspections, and registration. And third, lender's mortgage insurance, or LMI. Here's the important part most people miss. If your base loan-to-value ratio is 95%, most lenders will not let you add the LMI onto the loan. That means the full LMI amount, often around $40,000, has to come out of your pocket as cash. At 90% LVR, you usually can capitalize it. Let's go state by state, starting with New South Wales. At 5% deposit, you're looking at roughly $133,000 in cash. That's $50,000 deposit, about $39,000 in stamp duty, $4,000 in fees, and $40,000 in LMI that has to be paid up front. At 10%, it increases to around $143,000. But the LMI can usually be capitalized. At 20%, you're looking at about $243,000 with no LMI. Next, Victoria. The most expensive for stamp duty. 5% deposit, around $149,000 cash. 10%, about $159,000. 20%, $259,000. Victoria's stamp duty alone is $55,000 on $1 million property. South Australia, 5%, roughly $143,000. 10%, $153,000. 20%, $253,000. Stamp duty here sits at just under $49,000. Northern Territory, 5%, about $143,500. 10%, $153,500. 20%, $253,500. They use a flat 4.95% rate, so stamp duty comes in at $49,500. Western Australia, 5%, roughly $137,000. 10%, $147,000. 20%, $247,000. Stamp duty is around $42,600. Queensland, 5%, about $133,000. 10%, $143,000. 20%, $243,000. Stamp duty is just over $38,000. Tasmania, 5%, roughly $134,000. 10%, $144,000. 20%, $244,000. Stamp duty sits at just over $40,000. And finally, the ACT. Currently the cheapest of the lot for a standard buyer. 5%, about $128,000. 10%, $138,000. 20%, $238,000. Owner-occupier conveyance duty is just under $34,000. And if you're an eligible first home buyer, you may pay zero stamp duty under the expanded concession scheme. So if you're buying with only a 5% deposit, the ranking from most expensive to least expensive is Victoria, South Australia, Northern Territory, Western Australia, Tasmania, New South Wales, Queensland, and the ACT. The difference between the most and least expensive can be more than $20,000, just in upfront cash. Quick but important disclaimer. These figures are estimates only, based on standard rates as at August 2026, stamp duty, LMI premiums, fees, and lender policies all change. 20. This is general information only and is not personal financial, tax, or legal advice. Always get up-to-date quotes and professional advice for your own situation. If this opened your eyes, drop a comment and tell me which state surprised you the most. And if you want the full set of graphics, they're linked in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.